January 7th, 2015. The shooting at Charlie Hebdo, the satirical publication in France. Fast forward. April 23rd, 2018. The sentence and fine of Count Dankula for telling a joke that didn't defame or sabotage a specific individual or his/hers interests. So, over the course of these past just over 3 years, where is the status of the freedom of criticism in the Western world? Are we free to criticize equally? Or have the shooters at Charlie Hebdo of 2015 won? Is their cause the code of conduct in Western countries in our time? Has that become the standard practice? And why can't we criticize equally? Now, as pointed out in an article that I will source below from Quillette, Herbert Marcuse wrote an essay back in the, I believe, 30s, although not quite sure. I read this quickly, wherein he argued that you could only criticize and there was only freedom for violent action of criticism, with criticism from the left, as the left always seeks to protect liberty, whereas free speech on the right seeks to protect oppression. To that I wish to say, well, how about cognitive freedom? Doesn't that fall as freedoms, liberties? Surely that should be in the interest of the left just as much as it should be to the right. Also, the freedom of empiricism. Because although there certainly still are voices on the left that argue in the favor of freedom to be empirical and the freedom to pursue empiricism, as well as the freedom for cognitive processing and expression of cognitive processing, the defendant, the protection of this is mostly seen in our time on the right, which, quite frankly, would shock a lot of people. And a lot of people are baffled looking at this reality, but it is a reality nonetheless. Further, if critical theory seeks to, especially the postmodern version of critical theory, seeks to challenge everything which is the status quo, because it's the socially constructed norm, and critical theory has now become the norm, the standard practice of criticism, then surely we should apply critical theory to itself, should we not? And then, of course, if we do, what does that do to critical theory? Those are a few questions that I would like to pose to you as of now. Because, quite frankly, I do question what is the status quo today. Is it what is claimed and perceived to be the status quo, or is it something different entirely? Further, I do question whether the modes and means of criticism that we do apply are fair and equal and just, and also whether they're empirical and sufficient, justifiable even. So yeah, where do we stand? Are we allowed to criticize? Are we allowed to speak truth to power? Or should we just let rampant, unlimited power run its course all throughout till its very final outcome? I don't know anymore, guys. I really don't. But I, for one, will not shut up. And I wouldn't force you to shut up. Disagree with me as much as you want on everything. Call me out. Challenge me. Let's have a battle of words. It's healthy. Yeah, we're going to get offended. We're going to get hurt. We're going to feel like somebody's idea challenges everything that we know and believe or trust to be true about the world. And we're going to feel that something somebody says or advocates is a threat to everything that we consider dear and necessary and vital to our existence. We're going to feel that way. And we're going to feel threatened by it. And sometimes we're going to feel scared. But you know what? Given the alternative, that is a heck better than everything else we stand up against. So, yeah, be scared, be terrified, be offended. All of these things, but, well, while you are offended and scared and terrified, at least you're still breathing.